Hello and welcome to the State of the Fleet Industry, a weekly video series produced by Automotive Fleet magazine and which is sponsored by Enterprise Fleet Management. I'm Mike Antich, editor of Automotive Fleet, and today I'd like to examine what's occurring in the fleet industry for the week of December 21, 2020. And for today's presentation, I'd like to examine what's occurring in the current fleet vehicle ordering cycle for the 2021 model year. And during this past 12 months, we've witnessed quite a year. This has ranged everything from an 8-week production shutdown of all North American assembly plants to your traditional model year changeovers and strong pent-up demand for product, all of which have strained chassis availability. And if you talk with fleet managers, they'll all tell you their number one challenge when ordering 2021 replacement units are the longer lead times and tight product availability in key vehicle segments, in particular van and truck chassis. Now, the supply of vehicles has improved tremendously from where we were in that mid-March to mid-May period when there was a shutdown of all North American assembly plant production and then the gradual recommencing of assembly. But since then, lead times have increased for many popular fleet vocational vehicles. Now, this isn't universal. There are many fleets out there that are currently experiencing our traditional normal order to delivery times, especially those that are primarily operating car fleets. But for other fleets that are buying product in differing vehicle segments, again, such as trucks and vans, there's a growing concern as to how long vehicle deliveries are taking, especially when those units require upfitting. Plus, the other concern that fleet managers have in regards to longer lead times are other developments that are occurring in the industry. Just last October, Nissan announced that it will end production for the NV Cargo, NV Passenger, and NV 200 commercial vans in the summer of 2021 and focus on the Nissan Business Advantage program to meet the needs of its commercial vehicle customers. But fleet managers are concerned about the impact this may have on future van lead time. And the concern is that it now limits their options. It limits an alternative that they once had on getting commercial vans. Another factor that's impacting product availability in this area has been the early order cutoff dates for some 2021 models. And here's an example. Due to strong demand, the cutoff date for the 2021 Ram ProMaster is now set for December 28th, 2020. That's just 7 days from now. And to ensure consideration for production, all fleet orders must be placed within the FCA order system by the scheduled December cutoff date. So as you can see, vans are a hot commodity in today's market. And another factor that's contributing to this difficulty in sourcing vans is that van production is being gobbled up by these mega fleets. And I'm talking about Amazon, UPS, Verizon, FedEx. All of these companies are grabbing whatever van they can get a hold of, primarily because of the strong surge in final mile delivery and e-commerce. And as a result, many other fleets are finding it very challenging to get vans in varying sizes or getting product with their right specifications. Another factor that's causing the longer lead time is occurring with the body companies and upfitters. And the lead times, from what fleet managers are saying, at some body companies are now double what they were back in March of 2020. And the primary reason for the longer turnaround time at the body companies and upfitters all seem to be COVID related. I mean, some units are taking as long as 4 months for upfitters to complete, primarily because of the internal COVID contagions that are waylaying entire departments at upfitters or bodybuilders for weeks. So today, when a truck is ordered, fleet managers tell me expect to wait 10 to 12 months compared to 2019 when your average order to delivery time was 4 to 8 months. And as another way that they put it in perspective, when you're ordering a 2021 model year truck today, it's going to be arriving around the time that the 2022 models are coming out. So in prior years, fleets used to buy out of stock from dealer inventory. However, dealer inventory still is low, primarily because of the strong demand out there, and it's making it difficult to find vehicles that have the right fleet options and the pricing that fleets expect. Plus, with dealer inventory very low and in tight demand, some dealers are actually reluctant to sell the fleets and would rather take that product and sell to higher margin retail buyers. In fact, some FMCs looking to buy out of stock are saying that vehicles are being sold to retail buyers before they ever even reach the dealer lot. So in addition to the longer lead time for chassis, there's also the ongoing challenge, but related challenge, for replacement part availability. And many of these key parts are on back order, and they're on back order for months. And there's a variety of reasons why these part shortages are occurring, but for the most part, again, they're all COVID related. A lot of parts manufacturing is done in Mexico, and that's resulted in supply chain disruptions for those parts shipped out of Mexico, because several Mexican states have now increased their COVID-19 restrictions, which is delaying production. Or, for other assembly plant or suppliers here in the U.S., that are struggling financially, they're finding it difficult to adhere to the stricter safety protocols that OEMs are demanding, and hindering them from getting their production back to normal levels. And I've spoken to some fleet managers that say that they're having difficulty getting certain replacement parts because of the booming RV market. So you ask, well, and like I did, what does the RV market have to do with van parts? Well, apparently a lot of the air conditioning components used in RVs are the same ones that are used in vans. And RV sales, if you haven't noticed, they're booming. And this has now caused replacement parts to be placed on back order for months now, especially with AC systems. And fleet managers are struggling not only with these ordering challenges, but also just in the internal process. This is part of a much longer process. Fleet managers need to get approval from management to order vehicles. They're continuing to find it difficult even with your higher mileage units. And one of the factors that's causing this slowness in management approval process is what we touched upon in prior reports. It's this ongoing uncertainty as to the future course of the COVID pandemic and how long it's going to continue to impact their business. And in addition, you have the budget constraints. Now, some budgets have been restored, but most fleet managers and suppliers will tell you that these budgets or dollar amounts have not been restored to what they were pre-pandemic. So all of which is causing the start of the 2021 model year to be a very complicated year in terms of developing a vehicle ordering plan. So with that concludes my State of the Industry presentation for the week of December 21, and I'd like to thank you for listening.